Japan's exports have risen the most since 2010 in August and rose over 14% from a year earlier. I'm joined on the line now by Hanhua Wang, an economist at Royal Bank of Scotland in Tokyo. Long, what is the overall picture from Japan from the data that has just been released in the last 24 hours?
Well, August trade balance was minus 960 billion yen, which was better than market expected. This was because the fuel imports were not as large as expected in the months. Overall, the recovery momentum of Japan trade is still at a mild pace. Rather, in the short term, we expect the trade balance will deteriorate further, mainly due to the rise in demand of fuels, including LNG, along with the suspension of 2 nuclear power plants in September.
We've seen the fastest growth in exports since 2010. What are the main reasons for this, in your opinion?
14.7% YOY increase in export in August. The price factor takes the great majority of 12.6 percentage point, while the volume factor shares 1.9 percentage point, indicating the large increase of the export value reflects the JPY depreciation trend since last fall. As long as weak yen trend sustains, we are likely to see the relatively large increase of both exports and imports for the time being.
How concerned are you about the planned sales tax increase next year, and how much of an effect do you think it'll have?
We basically believe the impact of consumption tax hike will be short-lived and will likely recover to sustained growth from the second half of 2014. In contrast to the situation in 1997 when the last sales tax increase was implemented, labor conditions and price conditions are on positive trend. Besides, Abe administration's relatively reflationary stance on fiscal spending is also a positive driver to shore up Japan's business activities.
Fed policymakers' decision to hold off tapering its monthly asset purchases is good news for Japan, but in what ways will it have a positive effect?
We expect it will be a positive to mainly Japanese exports due to its less negative impacts to emerging economies. So far, Japanese economy has less risk in domestic side, and if any, it is external risk, mainly the slowdown of emerging economies, has been one of the main concerns. So if Fed has deferred the tapering decision, it will have a positive signs for the Japanese export, considering the emerging economies will sustain its robust momentum.
Long, thank you so much for joining us on the line today, and that's all we have time for now, but do check back later for more updates and interviews from the TV team. Bye for now.